areas. Are you ready?
No. I'm in a meeting. See?
Okay, we are good to go. We are recording and live on YouTube.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hear you.
I start.
Yep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Zoning Board of Appeal web-based meeting held via Zoom. We'll start with the roll call. Mr. Trata,
Present.
Mr. DeLucia,
Present.
Mr. Botello,
Present.
Mr. Rivero,
Present.
Mr. Rivas.
Present.
I'm Joe Hanna, chairman of the board. We start with the roll call. We did that. We have a motion to accept the minutes from.
I make a motion to accept the minutes of December 12th, 2024. Second.
Motion. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
I want to just go
Aye.
back 1 second to say that the next meeting is January. Oh, no, this is no, sorry about that. Except of the minute, this is passed. The next regular meeting is January 23rd, 2025. May I have a motion to open the hearing for 2420, 2421, and the 2422, 2423.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to open applications 24-20, 24-21, and applications 24-22, 24-23 for public hearing.
I second.
Motion made by Mr. Rivas, seconded by Mr. DeLucia. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, I want to just explain before we go into that how the meeting works. The applicant presents his case, and we ask if anyone in support, if anyone in opposition from the public, and they can get up, they speak. Because in the Zoom meeting, anyone who want to speak, they can raise their hand so we know who's want to speak in opposition or in support. And the applicant have the right for rebuttal one time. Okay, we now have a motion, and the applicant for 24-20, 40 Pembroke Road. Is anyone represent the applicant? Mr. Marcus.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I do. It's Neil Marcus, Cohen Wolf PC, 158 Deer Hill Avenue, on behalf of the applicant. And I'm not sure that she has joined us this evening. She was going to try to join us, but maybe she will. Anyway, let me proceed while we're waiting for her, because this is actually a pretty simple application. The property consists of a single-family residence with a garage and an attached garage. And the proposed variance is a side yard variance from 25 feet required to 14.3 feet existing. Because what we did, as I get into explaining to you, she rebuilt her old garage on the same foundation. So The foundation of the old garage was at 14.3 feet on the side yard, and in the rear, we're asking for a variance from 35 feet to 18.3 feet, because again, the existing garage that was kind of dilapidated was exactly at that location. So basically, the applicant has reconstructed the old garage with a permit, building permit, etc. And actually, there would have been a zoning permit to allow the building permit to be issued. However, she didn't realize that by making it a two-story garage as opposed to a one-story garage, that the second story actually requires the variance. Because even though it's built on the exact same footprint, the additional wall on the second floor is what requires the variance. So the statement of our hardship, if I can find it here for a second, it is pretty simple. The existing single-family residence is a non-conforming structure as to setbacks, non-conforming existing on a non-conforming lot because it doesn't meet the size currently required in the RA 40. This house was built at a point in time when the zoning for this site was different than what it is today. So the property's been upzoned. So the applicant, as I indicated, applied to the city for a building and zoning permit to demolish and reconstruct her garage. That it deteriorated to a point where it was not even a functioning building. And in doing the renovation, she constructed the second story, which was shown on the plans, approved by the building department, but she was not aware, again, as I say, of her unique zoning issue until she goes for a CO. And on the as-built, we realized that this vertical expansion of the non-conforming structure requires the variance in order to obtain the zoning compliance certificate in the CO. So the second story addition does not increase any of the pre-existing non-conformities. And the hardship lies in the fact that the property was basically made non-conforming at some point by an amendment to the zoning regs. It's existed at this location for quite a time. So we don't believe that it has any impact at all on any neighbors, and it certainly is not out of harmony with the rest of the neighborhood. These are, it's an older neighborhood. It's been there for a while, and it consists of modest but well-kept properties along Pembroke Road. So you've got a copy of the site plan. And on the site plan, you may be a little confused because on the site plan, the foundation setback to the side yard is 15.3. But you'll see that there's an overhang that Zach Rapp has put in at scale, and the overhang sets up the structure's location. And so the variance is based upon the overhang, which requires the side yard at 14.3. So basically, there's a 12-inch roof overhang. So that's the application. As I say, in reality, I think what she's done is to improve her property, improve the neighborhood. Actually, she borders on the west side by the city of Danbury. I think that's part of the Pembroke School property, if I'm not mistaken, and has two adjoining neighbors, one to the north, one to the south, and then fronts on Pembroke Road. So we're going to ask that you, if you see fit, to grant the variance, and she'll be allowed to get her CO.
Okay, I had some question here. I was there today. Is this garage built to be used by for car parking or for?
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, we could barely hear you.
Juan, I'm glad you said that because I thought it was my hearing. That was fine.
That was me too.
You know,
The
I'm
question,
I just
question, you can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
I don't want to yell too much because you might get scared from me. No, it's the garage. Is it built for car use or just for storage or for an apartment? Because the door next to the garage, there is no entry from the garage to that stairway going upstairs.
So your question is, the entry into the second floor is from the house? Because
No, the question, number one question is the garage used for car to park there or is gonna be for?
the garage is used for cars, no question.
But how can the people approve this garage where there's no driveway going to the garage? I don't understand this.
Well, she uses the garage. I'm trying to figure out how she uses the garage now. Hang on a second.
I cannot go with my car to where the garage door is. If I want to park in that garage, I can't go there.
Well, there's a gravel driveway that comes down on the north side of the property.
Yeah,
And to my knowledge, there are two overhead doors facing the north side. That was pre-existing. Remember, the garage has been there at that location forever. So my understanding is that basically you come into the garage. Now, backing in and out of that garage is not real easy because they don't have much room, but they've never had much room. I mean, that's the way it was built years ago. And so, to my knowledge, is that she's still using it for parking cars off of the gravel driveway. That's my best of my knowledge.
but I don't understand why the door, you have a garage, certain size, what it is. If you stand in front of the garage, on the right-hand side, there is a door, regular house door, and maybe a stairway over there. I don't open the door. They go upstairs, no access for that area, for that stairway from the garage. Why?
On the inside of the garage, Joe, I just don't think they have much room. It's a small garage. And quite honestly, I don't think they have room. If you're going to put two cars in there, I don't think you have room for a staircase.
No, staircase to the right. It's separated from the garage.
Yeah. The staircase,
The staircase.
Yeah.
Is actually is like a part of the garage, but there is a wall in between. There is no access from the garage to the staircase. They go upstairs.
I'm going to try to look at the building plans. Hang on a second.
Well, the building plan very confusing too.
Yeah, well, it's hand drawn. I mean, it's not done.
Some of it handwriting, some of it say room. I mean, we approve something, we're gonna approve per plan submitted. Per plan submitted,
Yep.
I don't have a clear plan over there to show the whole thing. What is it?
Well, the way I see it from the first floor plan, the first floor plan is an entry door on the entry. There's a doorway, new entry door that is shown on the north facade of the garage. So you
Okay.
basically have an overhead door. They actually only use this. I'm not surprised for one car because it does not appear that there's a staircase in the front of the garage, but they use it for one car.
Okay. I want to understand something here.
Hi, how are you? This is Sylvia, the owner of the house.
Thank you for joining us, Sylvia. We weren't sure whether you were going to be here or not. Sylvia.
Yes, I was listening what
Okay.
both of you were saying. I know there's a confusion here. Yes, the garage does have access through the front. It has a little granule yard, that you can get in with it. It's for one car use, and I know what the stair that he's saying is connected at my house, at my kitchen. So I didn't thought that you guys would want that to be connected. I just made it a design for it. But if you guys need me for that to open and be included at the garage, that's no problem. But it's only a purpose of a car. It's just a single garage. Some things will be storage there, but like he said, it's for one car use.
So if you park your car in a garage, can you enter the stairway from the garage? Or you have to go outside to go up the stairway?
Yes, I have to go outside and then go up there. But like I said, if you guys need me that to be connected, it's no problem. I can connect it.
Mr. Chairman, real quick, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
Is there any way I can share my screen, Melissa?
Yeah, go ahead.
You should be able to.
Like,
Share. Two, I think I want to share. You guys see my screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the application for this project, and these are the notes on the right side from Mr. Rosati when he was reviewing the plans. And it basically says that we're placing your application on hold on May 31st. A second kitchen isn't allowed in a single-family home, so the addition had a second kitchen in it. There must be a direct interior connection from the finished dwelling to the proposed change in use from the garage to a living space. Please see the GIS map below. The proposed additions are located in the 25-foot side yard setback, red inset lines, and the 35 rear setback will require an approved variance from the Zoning Board of Appeals. And you can see here the map of the existing conditions. Those red lines are the setback lines. And then you can see further down the hills where in June, Mr. Rosati approved it and said no increase in your structure or your footprint. You can see here, this was the original town clerk map.
yes,
And you can see that there was a change. Why can't I move this? Hang on a minute. Here we are, 40 Pembroke. There we are. This is the variance. So if we jump between that and that, you can see there was some substantial change to the footprint of the building, which is what Mr. Rosati was trying to avoid. So when he approved this thing, he said no increase in structure. And you can see here, he actually spelt it out. And he also said there needs to be an interior connection. There needs to be a direct interior connection from the finished dwelling to the proposed change. And the plans that we were forwarded, that we were looking at earlier, let me see if I can bring them up, show an interior stair. Show an interior stair. If that wasn't done, that's going to be another issue. But basically what we have as far as the city's concerned was miscommunication, I think, to the owner where Mr. Rosati said no increase in footprint. And she revised her plans to show the existing structure. And then there was some communication with the health department where they were okay with the expansion. And she took that to be, well, I guess the city's okay with the expansion. All along, the zoning officer was saying, no, you cannot expand. You need a variance if you choose to do so. They did it. And now we're here where we were originally supposed to go.
for me, it looked like that way for me. When I saw the thing, I knew something fishy over there.
Yeah. Okay.
Just,
I thought that would help clear it up.
yeah, that's good. That's a good explanation, but to support my point, the question here is, I have an idea. I know it's, I saw the place, but any question from the board for that?
I had questions, but Sean, answered most of them. I don't know. This is a bigger issue than I thought it would be. But I have no other questions. We can discuss at a later point.
Sean, I have a question for you if I can. On the town clerk map, did you do a scale on it doesn't have the corner distances to the side yard and the rear yard. Did you scale that? Because
No, but what we could do is we could see what Tim was talking about. He scaled it in on the existing condition, and the red line is the setback line already going through the addition. So what Mr. Rosati was saying, if you want to expand this garage, you're going to need a variance. And then I think that's where the communication kind of broke down with your client. Like I said, like I said, the design, there will be a zoning officer walking through it anyway to address Mr. Hannah's concerns. There will be an interior stairs. It has to have an interior stairs. Any sort of a habitable space would need an interior stair for the approved design. And I know that there was also on the second floor, I believe, was it a half bathroom or full bathroom? I'm not too sure. But I don't think the zoning has done their inspection yet.
okay, should we do this inspection before we conclude this hearing and just kick this over and let you go out and inspect and see what your conditions are?
It would be helpful, especially to address the chairman's concerns.
I mean, I'm thinking the same thing, because it's interesting. The map that you have up here, which is a GIS map, which is based on flip back again, the GIS, that's not an accurate survey. It's it's an approximate, but it shows essentially the house of the garage in the same shape as the one on the RAP map. I mean, the footprint's exactly the same shape.
I think that's different, Neil, than the GIS map. I think that map and that map are quite a bit different. This is the setback line, and you can see the setback line that Sydney Rapp drew in there.
Yeah.
It's substantially, they're totally in the setback.
Yeah, but take a look right there. Stop that. See the drawing as Rapp does it. The southerly wall of the house of the garage, the southerly wall is straight. It has no notch in it. It's a straight line. The GIS map shows a notch in that wall.
Right. I think that would have also been an expansion.
Okay, but now go back to the town clerk map for a second.
Sure.
That doesn't show any notch there. I'm just saying, I'm not sure because I haven't scaled off the town clerk map, but the shape of the building, the structure, is closer to the town clerk map on the RAP map than it is to your GIS map. I'm just saying, I'm not sure where the GIS map comes from.
It should be relatively easy to see if this was built in 1953. Is it the original foundation or is it a new foundation to see if it got bigger or not, right?
With Sylvie says that she, on the
But Tony, the foundation looked like it was new poured concrete. Now, did they stay within the footprint of the original, garage? I don't think they did, but that is up to Mr. Marcus and his client to explain that a little bit better.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that now that I know your issue there, and I was unaware of that. I didn't check the GIS map, but I was aware of the town clerk map, and all I looked at it. And I said, yeah, basically it's the same shape. I didn't try to scale off the town clerk map.
Why don't the applicant have a survey plan for the plot of land and show where it's located?
Yep.
So we can all have a clear idea here what's going on.
Well, Joe, you have the updated survey from Zach Rapp showing exactly where.
Why the confusion between the old map, the new map, and the setback line?
Yeah. Now, so if you go back to the old map, that's a Sid Rapp map too.
And that map is going to be scalable, and it certainly looks like the corner of the house is farther away in this map than it is on the other one.
Yeah, but
right.
The GIS, I get you. That's like a cartoon map, but this is a scalable map.
But Tony, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna speak to Zach. And I kind of know what his answer is gonna be. He's gonna say, Neil, that 1507 is not an A2 survey with respect to the location of the foundation. We never shot it. So that's an estimate of where we thought it was. So if he tells me that, I'll relay that to you. But I'm expecting I may get that answer because I've had this issue before. But let's see whether, with your leave of permission of the chair in the commission to continue this, and I'd like to address the other questions too. But I'd like to address that question.
I want to ask Sean a question first before we go into that. Sean, can we request that they have an updated survey and mark the lines instead of this old map and the scale map and whatever map?
One of the main
But
reasons
they
why
should have an as-built survey, no?
well, this is an as-built survey. The other map we were showing you, this one here, that's an as-built survey. So that's exactly the existing conditions with the Attorney Marcus.
That's what you see now.
That's what you
Right.
see now. However,
Okay.
if the question is, can we superimpose the town clerk map onto the as-built to see if there were any changes? I don't think we need to put that cost to the client. I think we can overlay it for you if you would like.
Okay.
And
No,
show
that's
you.
fine.
Yeah, I think we can do that for you.
Yes.
And I think the main reason why this didn't go into the ZBA, I think, is because the client was already strapped as it was going into the project and didn't want to spend the extra money. And I think the confusion with the health department then kicked in. But if you guys are interested in exactly what we're going to be approving based on the previous layout of the building, I think we can help you with that. Also, I recommend that we do an inspection prior to the next meeting, so I can tell you exactly what the observations from the interior and the approved floor plan are.
Okay, that's great.
Does that work, Attorney Marcus?
That is very helpful. That's exactly what I was thinking. Now that I was not aware of some of these concerns until they were just brought up, so we ought to address them clearly.
So, Attorney Marcus, you still want to hear some of the if other board have any questions, or you
Yes.
want to go ahead reschedule?
No, let's if we can just, if anybody, I know Juan said he had other issues. We'd like to address.
I just have
Well,
one thing.
Go ahead, Peter.
The door needs to be secured on the second floor. There's like a 10-foot drop, onto the boulders out there. If they can just put maybe 3 pieces of 2x4 across until there's a landing for that.
Yeah.
I should have said something there, but it was so cold. I ran back in my car and forgot.
That's cool.
Okay.
And that's it. Just for safety issues.
Anyone else?
Sean.
have some-
I just have a follow-up question for Sean. In regards to that inspection, if we were to make the motion to continue this, are we going to have to include that in the motion? That you go and inspect this before coming back to the board?
I think we have an agreement between Attorney Marcus and ourselves. I don't think we need a formal vote for that. However, I will make it available. We will take interior pictures for you. We will overlay it to show you before and now to the best of our ability. And hopefully between now and then, me and Attorney Marcus can meet and talk about the history that's happened and what the best resolution that we see as far as to show you guys exactly what the impact was and how this happened. I have no problem with that. I don't think we need a motion, Attorney Marcus. You okay with that?
I'm okay with it. We're good. I've got my marching orders. I know what it is.
Okay, thank you.
So you want to retable it for the next meeting or more, or what?
When is your next meeting scheduled? In 2 weeks?
For January 23rd.
January 23rd.
Probably you don't have much time.
I would prefer we kick it till the February meeting if we can.
Okay.
I don't think I'm in town on the 23rd. So if we go to your February meeting, that's going to be
February 13th.
February 13th. Yeah, that we should do that.
Yeah, good?
I'll give us plenty of time.
Okay,
2/13. Perfect. Okay.
very good. Okay, so we don't need a motion for,
We make a motion to continue?
Yes,
We need a motion to continue.
Okay,
I'll
go
make,
ahead.
I'll make the motion. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion, to continue public hearing 2420 until the February 13th meeting, of the ZBA.
Motion made by Mr. Rivas,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Rivero. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
yeah, because
We'll see
I
you-
don't want to, I appreciate it. I don't want to keep you guys because there's a Notre Dame Penn State football game that I'm sure everybody would rather watch than me on this video, so. Thank you, guys.
Go, go
we
and
got a
do-
lot of,
We'll
we
see.
got a lot of work tonight. We can't watch nothing. We're watching the lawyers tonight. Okay,
Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney.
next application is 19 West Pine Drive. Latin Bruce. Anyone represent the applicant?
I'm representing myself, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Tell us what's on your mind.
What's that?
Tell us what's on your mind. What
What's
you
on my
wanna do.
mind? Well, I'm not sure how this all works with the meeting. So any help from you guys
You
is,
gotta explain what you're doing, and then we're gonna ask you the questions. Someone have a position, someone
Sure.
support their application. I explained that in the beginning, the hearing.
all right. So you can see on my application, I have a proposed 2-car garage
Okay,
on the side of the house. I do have storage above it. It will be like a loft open from below. It will not be closed in or made into an apartment ever. And my existing garage that I have now under the house is going to be used for tool storage, workshop, and possibly motorcycle parking. So I won't be closing that door off either, or that won't be made into a bedroom. Just to be clear with that.
is the garage you're building is behind your house?
It's on the side.
That's a small garage at the end of the driveway?
It's hashed out. It says proposed garage.
No, I
Yes.
went there to see. I thought you say you. The
It's
garage
not-
is not built, right?
The garage is not built, no.
Okay,
In the picture,
So-
he shows an outline and there's a drawing of it. To the
Yes, I have,
right
in the
house.
application, I kind of did a quick little,
yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I was looking at the wrong one. All right. So the second floor, you're gonna use for storage.
yes.
Can someone share the screen with the plan for that garage? Can you do that, Melissa? Or maybe
I think Sean is.
This- wanna see the plan for the garage, what he doing?
I didn't design any plans exactly for the garage yet because I don't have approval to go this size, so I didn't go through creating plans and everything till I see what I can actually design.
Mhm.
getting there, getting there. Okay.
Well, if we're gonna approve something, it's gonna be approved as per plan submitted. Okay? So if you don't have a plan, I don't think the board will be able to approve something like this because especially with the garages. Now, everybody building a garage, they put in windows and second floor and all of a sudden becoming a special place over there. So that's my instinct here about these garages. I like to see a plan and show every detail. I don't want to see any windows above the garage if it's not going to be used for living space. If it is, you're going to have to say it now. You know what I mean?
But no, it's not. Yeah, it's not going to be used for living space. I can definitely come up with a a plan for you guys of my idea of what I'm planning on doing. If that's what you need.
And what size the garage you build?
30 by 35.
Oh yeah, I saw that one before, but 30 by 35. But it's the side that is 35 from the front to the back, but from the house to the side of the garage there, it's more than 30, isn't it?
No, it's 30 feet. 30 foot wide.
Oh, okay. 30, what's that line you have over there? 35 feet, isn't that? Yeah. It's not the length of the garage, is it?
That's the depth.
The deck. Okay, that's better now. Okay, I don't have any other questions. Is there any question from the board?
Sean, can we approve it with this drawing without the actual an actual drawing?
No, I think we should have a drawing.
You guys, through the chair, yeah, you can approve this based on the A2 survey because what they're requesting is setback variances. They're not requesting a use variance nor a height variance.
Right.
So the profile would be back to a standard 35 feet maximum height requirement. And then the layout then would be dictated by normal zoning requirements and building requirements. So I think the main gist was a 2-car garage, I believe.
Yeah.
And then the second story, I don't think we went into detail with, but unlike a detached structure, he has the right to make a second story habitable space if he chose to.
And the only thing I'd caution the applicant on is that if a variance is granted, it's the total, like right now you're showing the front corner at 15 feet. But if you put the foundation at 15 feet and you have an overhang there, then you need another variance. So that.
Yes, I am aware of that. That was shown for clarity for the variance. I had the New England Land Surveying put that on. My actual sideline is 16 foot 7 inches.
Okay.
So I do accommodate for, maybe a 6-inch overhang to match the rest of the house.
Yeah.
So that I am aware of. Like I said, that was just shown for clarity. That's because I'm kind of did this for the variance to give you guys something to look at. This is what I'm proposing. It's not 100% final. Or, the footprint is not exact. Doesn't show the overhangs and this and that. So.
Okay. Any other questions?
Well, just understand that the variance is final and forever, so just understand that. And the only thing I'll ask, like I asked all the application, what is your hardship in this?
Okay, well, for the way I'm looking at it and reading, going through like the zoning appeal board and going through all the different sections, basically I feel like I'm falling under your 11B1A, which is a circumstance of the site that wasn't created by me. If you look at your section 4A3 zoning use regulations, RA40 zone has a minimum land requirement of 40,000 square feet. My actual size of my lot is 22,450, which is basically half of my requirement. So like a RA20 district is 20,000 minimum square feet. I'm more complying with that. That's why I was looking for the 15-foot sideline. Like a 20-foot garage to put 2 cars in, you can't even open the doors. It's very, very narrow. This is why I'm just looking to go a little wider.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I hope that answers your question. And then, of course, when I submit my plans, you guys would review it as well, right? The zoning would make sure it all complies with all that. I know you're asking maybe for a set of plans.
Well, just through the chair, the board can request plans if it doesn't want to, you can request, it's well within your authority to do that. As long as
I'm sorry, Sean, I didn't hear you.
Did I
What do you
mute
say?
myself? No, I think I'm good. No, I know the floor plans were requested and the board is well within its authority to request floor plans to be viewed prior to a vote or vote on the map that was submitted, like Tony said earlier.
Yeah, that's why we don't want to see what happened with the last one, right? That's what I like to see, a good plans, and we approve everything per plan submitted, because now
Yeah.
if we approve it to him and he make a plan, and when I use the second floor, we're not responsible for that, are we?
Well, I think Sean said I can actually put a finished space above it if I choose. And
No,
I just have
I'm-
one
Ah.
question.
I'm asking the question for Sean, not for you.
oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, that's normally when it's a detached structure, which means less than a 50% connector, this is exceeding the 50% connector. It's actually an addition, whether it's a garage or not, it's an addition. The only thing that ties him to garage area is lot size after 3. So right now, this is just an addition with apparently a 2-car garage below it. The second floor, as long as it complies with the use approvals and the an approved floor plan or layout, the second story can be incorporated into the home as
Oh.
habitable space, as long as it fits. It can't be a separate outside entrance like you were saying before, Joe.
Oh, okay.
That's the interior.
That's why I'm trying to avoid,
Yeah.
we don't want him to be in trouble.
I have a question for the zoning officer. Sean, it's correct, it is inhabitable he has a right to do that. I just, does he need to make a stop at the health department for a septic system in case, later on, he doesn't have any problems later on?
No, that's a great question, Pete. Yeah, once your variance is granted, you're just dealing with setbacks. After that, the normal process takes over.
Okay.
There'll be a full review by the health department or engineering department, depending on how it files, and a full review by the building department. So you still have, there's a bunch of different catches that go on here. We're just looking at, does this setback make sense? And like Juan said, is there a hardship there for you? And then it's back to the board again. But you guys are the ultimate authority.
Okay.
Okay,
So
any other question?
are we formally asking for the drawings? Is that,
Well, I think he's saying we can approve it based on that plot
Yeah,
plan he have.
what Sean is saying, we could approve it on what we're looking at, or we can ask for the drawings and then,
But eventually he gonna make a drawing anyway for Sean and the building department and everybody else. So if we approve it, we approve in the setback line,
right.
and the rest is gonna be, he have to do what they need from him to do. Right?
Yeah, so if we're formally asking for a drawing, then we need to postpone this like the previous one, and if we're not asking for a drawing, then we would continue, right? I mean, is that?
Yeah, that's what I think it's pretty much it. I see where Mr. Hannah's concern is that if we do approve it like this now, and then they do decide to make it into a dwelling, and we have the issue of the previous application, they're eventually going to end up in front of us again
Right.
for another variance request. So I understand where Mr. Hannah's coming from, where maybe let's safeguard this and, prevent if there is something that's going to come about it, we get it out of the way now instead of having the applicant come back a second or third time.
Okay. If
Any
you're
other
all right
questions?
with giving us the drawing, then we should make a motion to postpone this as well then, right?
I don't know what they, we can, we can close it and discuss it or tell them what to do here. I don't know. What about, anybody else have a question from the board?
Through the chairman, really quick, Joe, if we were gonna condition this and say this can only be used for a garage, I get it. If you say you condition this and you say this is an addition you're approving for the setbacks of 15 feet, he can, like, 2 weeks from now, say, I'm not doing a garage, son, I'm gonna do a full addition. And I wouldn't have anything to say about it. It would be approved as an addition,
Yeah.
complying with your 15 foot. So is the floor plan going to make that much of a difference with what your decision would be? Or are you looking at the impact of this box on this neighborhood and this lot with the 15 foot?
Right.
I think that might be the question on this application.
So I guess you guys can decide whatever you want to do, approve or disapprove based on the presentation on those setback lines, and then
Yeah, you guys can see on my application, I gave you some pictures of the neighborhood. So it would still comply and look like the rest of the neighborhood.
yeah, I was there. I see. What,
I agree.
It's not like it's crazy or out of touch.
we're
and-
not,
No,
you have a good neighborhood and you want to be there.
Yeah, and I
Only
want to
had
make
to,
it look like a nice
Listen,
addition. for me.
we are here to help the people with their hardship, but
Yeah.
we want to make a problem for the community and the neighbors, and like the other
I-
former
Yeah.
I
patient,
understand.
you know, she got a permit for a garage, we approve it, and then she build a second floor and separate entrance. That what we're trying to avoid. We're not here to hurt anyone. Okay, any other question from the board?
No, I agree, with when you do the variance, you know, it's in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the zoning district. It just, I guess you're just being cautious and want to, before you take the next step, you want to make sure that you're not going to have any problems later on. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah, Sean saying is okay, you know, we approve
Okay,
the setback line. If we approve the setback line, they take over from there. So now,
okay.
if you guys don't have any question about the setback line, let's move forward with this thing. Any other question from the board before I move to the next step?
Mr. Chairman, really quick, I know I don't want to beat this dog. So am I assuming correctly that this is the only garage now that's on the dwelling?
Yes,
So the pictures we saw before aren't necessarily, what are we looking at here?
that's my neighbor's,
Okay, it's your neighbors.
which has a similar addition.
Okay, and so none of these are your house, except for,
These are,
this
yeah,
one
these
here.
are this is my house now.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
single story addition?
No,
No, two-story garage with storage above it.
yeah, the reality, Sean, is if he sold the house right after he did the addition, anybody could take the garage door out, is what you're saying, right? And make it a living space, which is, I mean, what I'm asking is, are we okay approving? I mean, I'm okay with looking at just that box on the lot and approving the setback, you know, or not, or reviewing that, let's say. But if other people on the board would rather see the floor plan to be comfortable, then that's the question. I mean, I'd be okay continuing with the reviewing this, like with what we're looking at, knowing you're right. No, but you know, if something, you know, 5 years from now, anybody can do anything with it, right? And once we approve it, it's not. So.
Okay, that's a good point, Mr. Rivero. Anyone else have a question?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to
Wait,
Close.
wait 1 second. Wait, Mr. I gotta ask if anyone in support or is
Sure. My mistake.
that
Apologies.
okay? Anyone in
Yep.
support this application? Anyone in support this application? Anyone in opposition for this application? Anyone in opposition? All right, now you can go ahead. Move.
All right. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to close application 24-21, 19 West Pine Drive from public hearing.
Motion made by Mr. Rivas,
I second.
seconded by Mr. Rivero. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to open application 24-21, 19 West Pine Drive for voting session.
motion made by Mr. Rivas,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Rivero. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, any discussion or you ready for motion?
I'm ready if everybody's ready.
Okay, look like you're all set.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve application 24-21, 19 West Pine Drive, Latin Bruce, RA 40 zone, section 4A, 3, reduced side yard setback from 25 feet to 15 feet for construction of two-car garage as per plan submitted. I'm approving the application because the hardship, where is it? The
Mr.
hardship
Rivas.
is the result of the particular circumstances of the site and was not created by the applicant, being that it's undersized due to its zoning and its odd shaped lot. It does not adversely affect public health, safety, and welfare. That's my approval.
Second.
Motion.
Motion made by Mr. Rivas,
I second.
seconded by Mr. Rivero. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so approved. Now you can go to work, Mr.
Good luck.
Thank you, gentlemen, and Melissa.
Make sure we make good plan. Okay.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. 18 Moss Avenue. Anyone represent the applicant?
Yes, good evening, Chairman,
Good evening.
Chairman Hanna. For the record, members of the board, for the record, my name is Greg Brauneisen. I'm an attorney with Collins Hannafin in Danbury, with an office at 148 Deer Hill Avenue. I'm here tonight on this application representing Augusto De Silva Enterprises LLC. The principal of that LLC, Gus De Silva, is on my left. This property is located at 18 Moss Avenue in Danbury. And our application is to mostly rebuild what was there on the property, just to slightly alter the existing footprint to square off the property, make it more aesthetically pleasing and more functional for the tenants and for the property to flow. As you can see, that the variances we are requesting are the side yard setback to, as I stated earlier, slightly alter the existing footprint. The building on the property was over 100 years old and the functionality of it was past its use. And we are seeking to rebuild in the slightly altered footprint, but to not create any more units. I've discussed this with the zoning enforcement officer. The pre-existing use was 7 units, and that's what we'd be looking to do on the property as we rebuild. But to, like I said, make it more aesthetically pleasing and functional. The coverage of the property, as you can see from the A2 survey, is small. You know, we're allowed 30%. We're only going 19.4%. The hardship is the pre-existing use of the property and the undersize of the lot in the RMF4 zone. We have another application to be heard tonight on the adjoining property. The property basically functions as, 2 garden apartment houses, but with one curb cut, and there'll be mutual parking easements back and forth.
So this property, 18 Moss Avenue, connected to 16, right?
Correct. That's the one driveway in the middle, 20-foot wide, you see.
Mhm. So you don't have no building there. You just go and buy the foundation line?
We had a building there, as I said, Chairman Hanna, it was over 100 years old and lost its functionality, so we knocked it down. You see, the lines, the solid lines are the existing footprint, Mr. Hanna, and then the dotted area is the proposed garden apartment.
Okay, so the number 18, it is the back one or the front one? Or both of them in the
No,
front?
they're both front. They're both right,
Both front?
25 feet from Moss Avenue.
Okay, yeah.
House was bigger, this is extra small.
Yeah.
And each house gonna be, so the number 18 gonna be 7 apartments, you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's what was previously there. We're not increasing that at all.
And
We're just trying to
number,
make it more functional with the entrance and egress from the rear and back, and with the hallway in the middle to make it functional for all tenants.
but the 3.8 feet from the property line, I mean, who own the property next door?
He does. My client does.
So he can maintain, he can go in there and maintain the property?
Yes, and then you have also, Chairman Hanna, you have the 20 feet of the open driveway in the middle.
Yeah, but from the 3.8 feet to renovate existing building from 20 feet to 3.8 feet, is that
No,
toward
no,
the
no.
driveway?
No. The side yard setback is 20 feet, Chairman Hanna. The existing footprint was, much less than the 20 feet.
The 3.8 feet, what is it? Where is it?
Yeah, that's in the, if you're
Front
at Moss Avenue, that's the front left,
Front left,
as you're looking at it from Moss Avenue, yeah.
okay. All right, I don't have any more question. Any question from the board?
No.
Pre-existing.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No questions here.
No question?
I just have the one question I always ask. The hardship, can you just go over the hardship again?
Yes, Juan, as I said, it's a pre-existing non-conforming building on an undersized lot.
Thank you.
Any other question? They look like they all have. So we're gonna do each one separate, okay?
I just got one question. One more question. Sorry, I apologize,
Yeah,
Mr. Chairman. How many total apartments in the new one compared to the old one? You said there was no change at all?
No change, Juan.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry, Mr. Chairman, go ahead.
No, that's fine. If any other question from the board? I guess they're all happy, so. Anyone in support this application? Anyone in support this application? Anyone in opposition to this application? Anyone in opposition to this application? Okay, go ahead, make a motion.
I make a motion to close 2420.
Motion made by Mr. Ribeiro,
2420 is
Right, that's this one,
the
right?
previous.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, this is
2422, 18
Yes.
Moss Avenue.
2422 18 North Avenue.
Second
Okay.
that, Mr. Chairman.
Yes. What happened?
I second, Tony's
You
motion.
second, okay, seconded by Mr. Rivas. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Now motion to whatever you like.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to open up application 24-22.
No, we gotta vote on that one, no?
That's what I'm doing. I'm opening it up for voting session.
Okay,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to open application 24-22, 18 Moss Avenue for voting session.
motion made by Mr. Rivas,
Second.
seconded by Mr.
DeLucia.
Rivera or
Mr. DeLucia.
Delusion.
Mr. Delucia, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
I make a motion to approve 24-23, 16 Moss Avenue, Augusta de Silva Enterprises, LLC, Ron Heisen Greg Esquire, agent, RMF 4 Zone Section 4B3, reduced setback on right side from 20 feet to 13.9, on the left side from 20 feet to 9.8 to renovate existing garden apartment. I believe the variance doesn't
No,
change.
no, no.
Point
No,
of
no, no,
order,
you-
point of
he-
order.
You
Pete,
got, yeah, you got the
you got the
wrong,
wrong application. You're reading the wrong one.
that's the next one, Peter. He put up the wrong screen. You're reading off the screen. He put up the wrong screen on you, Peter.
yeah, you gotta go to the 18 Moss Avenue, Peter. Are you reading from where now?
Now it's good. Now it's good, Chairman Hanna.
Okay. Okay, everything good?
Everything's good, Peter.
I make a motion to approve 24-23, 16 Moss Avenue.
No, 22,
No.
24-22.
Okay, the first one, okay. 24-22, 18 Moss Avenue, Augusta de Silva Enterprises, LLC, Ron Eisen Greg Esquire, RMF 4 Zone, Section 4B3, reduced setback on right side from 20 feet to 7.4 feet, and on the left side from 20 feet to 3.8 to renovate existing garden apartment building.
Motion as per plan submitted.
Per plan submitted.
Motion made
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Delucia, seconded by Mr. Rivero. Right?
Yep.
All in favors?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Application 24-23, 16 Moss Avenue.
I make a motion to accept 24-23, 16
No,
Moss
no.
Avenue.
No, we don't need to do anything. Let him talk.
Are they they're bundled together?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, same application, yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Brownson,
Yes.
Yes.
This is the companion, but we had to do it as two separate parcels, as two separate applications.
right,
For the record, Mr. Chairman, this 16 Moss Avenue, Augusta De Silva Enterprises LLC. Mr. Gus De Silva, the principal, is on my left. We are before you tonight on this application to rebuild an existing garden apartment building that was over 100 years old. The functionality had the use of the building had outlasted the 100 years, and we knocked the building down. What we're seeking to do is rebuild basically just a slightly altered footprint of what was there. This one is a 5-unit building. We're seeking variances from the side yard setback from 20 feet to 13.9 feet on the right side, and from 20 feet to 9.8 feet on the left side. The hardship is a pre-existing non-conforming building on an undersized lot. We're just trying to modernize the building, make it more aesthetically pleasing, and the rebuild to put in a hallway with ingress and egress on both sides, and to make it easier functioning for the tenants and for the property to flow. And the driveway is a shared driveway with the previous application of 18 Moss Avenue, and there'd be mutual easements for the driveway and parking.
And the hardship?
The hardship is the pre-existing non-conforming building on the undersized lot.
Okay. Any question from the board?
Yeah, I just, one quick question. Mr. Bronson, in regards to which I should have probably asked in the last application, but I'll ask it here in this one. Is with the shared driveway and the mutual easement, is this something that needs to, and maybe Sean can speak to this as well. Will they need to be recorded through the city in case, I'm sure that the owner won't sell the properties anytime soon, but if he was to sell one of the properties, would that need to be recorded through the city?
Oh, absolutely. That's why I brought it up, Juan.
Okay, all right. Thank you for answering that.
Okay, any other question from the board? Any other question? No? Wow, that's easy one. Okay, anyone support this application? Anyone in support this application? Anyone in opposition? Anyone in opposition? I guess they all went to sleep. They're all happy now. So, all right, motion to close and
I make a motion to accept 24-22. I'm sorry, 24-23, 16 Moss Avenue.
Pete,
Gotta make a
point of
motion.
order, Pete, you gotta make a motion. I'll make a motion to close it,
Okay.
and then I'll
Yeah.
let you make a motion.
yeah,
I make a motion to close the application 24-23, 16 Moss Avenue from public hearing.
Second.
motion made by Mr. Rivas, seconded by Mr. Delucia, or by Rivera?
Yep.
Mr. Rivera. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion to,
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to open application 24-23, 16 Moss Avenue for voting session.
motion made by Mr. Rivas,
Second.
seconded by Mr. Rivera, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right, Pete.
No,
Where's
Mr.
yours?
Delucia, you can go ahead with your,
Here we go. I'd like to make a motion to approve 24-23, 16 Moss Avenue, Augusto de Silva Enterprises LLC, Bronheisen Greg Esquire agent, RMF 4 zone, section 4B3, reduce setback on the right side from 20 to 13.9 and on the left side from 20 feet to 9.8 to renovate the existing garden apartment building. I feel this variance is in harmony with the general purpose and intent of the zoning district and other provisions of these regulations. Per plan submitted.
motion made by Mr. Delucia,
I second.
seconded by Mr. Rivera, all in favor?
Aye.
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 So approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Attorney Brownheisen,
Yes.
next time control your client during the meeting.
Yeah.
Well,
Stay calm, Gus.
The longest I've been quiet all day, so. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
well, Chairman Hannah,
Yes,
I would like to make the point that Attorney Marcus said his application was going to be a simple one.
Yeah.
you tell me Marcus's application was gonna be simple one?
So,
Little.
He always get the hard one. How come he always get the hard one?
yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, you're
Thank you,
welcome.
sir.
Greg.
Mr.
Any other-
Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
okay.
Happy New Year's, you guys.
Happy New Year,
Happy
guys.
New Year, everybody.
Have a good
Just-
night.
Just an
Okay.
FYI, since we
Yeah.
continued Neil Marcus's until January 23rd. February 13th, we do not have a January 23rd meeting.
Woohoo.
Sounds
We
good.
don't have,
Enjoy the cold weather.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good night.
Thanks,
Everybody,
Melissa.
take care.
All right.
Good night.
All right, goodbye.
Good night. Good night.